Hey guys, my name is Rob, and today we're doing something a little bit different and following up on the ZDO Plus Excellent. I did a full review of this controller a couple of weeks ago, so if you haven't watched that video yet, I would recommend checking it out. In that review, we went over all the features of the O Plus and talked about the pros and cons of the controller. And my biggest concern or complaint was specifically about the performance of the Hall Effect thumbsticks, which frankly just didn't perform very well. Fortunately, this is legitimately a modular controller, and there are other available thumbstick modules for it, so I ordered TMR modules, which we're going to install today, and we'll see how that affects the performance of the gamepad. I ordered this item from AliExpress, and as soon as I opened the package, I knew something was amiss just based on the size of the box inside. Unfortunately, I thought this listing was for the left and right thumbsticks based on the wording, but that was, we'll say, a misinterpretation on my part. The description is universal for all of the items included in this listing, so I would have needed to also order this item in order to get both TMR sticks. That said, I didn't want to hold off on installing the right module since that's the one that really matters for FPS games, which are primarily what I play. But just a PSA to anyone who's considering buying the ZDO Plus and any additional modules, you do have to order the left and right modules separately, so a set of these TMRs will cost you $36, not $18. Again, what we have here is just the right module, but we're going to go ahead and install it and test it out. Installing these modules is very easy. We're going to start by removing the faceplate, which attaches magnetically so it just pulls off. If you have any of the other D-pads installed, you'll want to pull it off first, but you don't have to with the four-way cross. Then there are two screws holding each module in place, and in this case we're only removing the right one since that's the only module we're replacing. And this Allen wrench does come included with the ZDO Plus. Once both screws are out, the housing bracket will lift free. I'm just going to leave both screws in the bracket so I don't lose them. Then the module will just pop out, which is actually much easier to do with the thumbstick cap on, so I guess I shouldn't have bothered taking that off. The new module will only go in one way. You can see where the two screws on the bottom of the module line up with these holes, as well as where the pin on the outer plastic piece lines up, and the module just pushes in place. And that's legitimately all there is to it. It's very simple. The very first thing I noticed as soon as I installed the TMR module is that it has significantly higher tension than the HE module that's still installed on the left side, and this is absolutely a good thing in my opinion. Just to quickly show you guys, if you are changing the left stick, the stick and D-pad are a single component, unlike the right stick and face button modules, which are separate. Once the gamepad is reassembled, we need to recalibrate the sticks, make sure the trigger stops are disabled, and then simultaneously press A, mode, and D-pad up to enter calibration mode. Fully rotate both sticks 3 times, then fully depress both triggers 3 times, and then press mode to save the calibration. And now we're ready to do some testing. We're not going to go through everything like we did in the full review, but I do want to look at Gamepad Tester, mostly to address something that I missed in that video. You can see here that the sticks aren't quite returning to a perfect resting point, though they are very close. But the main thing I wanted to address is the circularity. I stated that you couldn't change the circularity algorithm, but in actuality you can adjust this by changing the peripheral dead zone in the joystick settings. So I have the left one set at 15 currently, which gives me a more rectangular algorithm. Then I have the right one set to 0 and get pretty much a perfect circular algorithm. I apologize, I don't remember who specifically pointed this out to me in the comments of the video, but I appreciate it because this is the one missing setting that I really complained about in my review. I also retested the right stick and stick analyzer and got the same results as I did with the HE sticks at 242 resolution points. I didn't expect this to be different, it really shouldn't have been different, but I tested this mostly due to a response I received on my review video that said they thought the resolution numbers looked off compared to their ZDO Plus controller. That person didn't actually say what results they're getting, but if anyone owns this controller and is getting different numbers, please let me know in the comments. So I received a lot of feedback on my review of this controller, both directly in the YouTube comments and on Reddit where I also shared it. And the main takeaway is that a lot of people really like the ZDO Plus. They like it in the way that I was hoping I would like it when I first heard about it, and I'm happy to say that I'm pretty on board after installing the TMR thumbstick on the right. As I said in the beginning of this video, for me the downfall of this controller was the performance of the thumbsticks, which just didn't feel as responsive or accurate as a number of other controllers I've used. That was very disappointing for me because other than that, this controller has basically everything I want. We've got 4 rear paddles in the same design as the Xbox Elite 2, which in my opinion is the best rear input layout ever. We also have 2 additional shoulder buttons, all mechanical inputs, including the mouse click trigger locks, rubberized grips, keyboard mapping, and it's extremely comfortable. But the sticks were a big issue for me, so I'm relieved that the TMR stick made it feel like a completely different controller in terms of performance. It feels much more accurate, and the increased tension is a bonus. I'm not going to say that it feels as good as the sticks on the GameStar Cyclone 2, which in my opinion are the best thumbsticks currently available, but it's definitely in the same ballpark and offers a bunch of features you don't get with the Cyclone 2. Again, the right stick is the one that matters, especially for the games that I play, so I'm not even sure I'll bother changing the left stick out. On gamepads that have adjustable tension, I always set the left stick lower than the right, and I currently have that with the HE stick installed on the left and the TMR stick on the right. If anything, I might order this TMR module for the left to convert the ZDO Plus to a symmetrical layout, just to have it as an option. I don't really intend to do a third video on this gamepad, that just seems like a bit much, but if I do order the symmetrical module, I'll at least pin a comment to this video with my thoughts after testing it out. I hope this video helped you out, and if so, please subscribe if you haven't already. Likes are also appreciated, and I do try to react and respond to as many comments as possible. I'll be doing more reviews regularly, so I hope to see you back here again soon. Thanks for watching.